G'day everyone, it's Billy here from DailyPuzzles. In today's video we have an unboxing and first look at the brand new TianMa X3 from MoreTry. We are giving away one of these cubes to one lucky winner. All you have to do is comment the code word you will see on screen randomly at some point in this video. Comment in the description and you'll be entered to win. The giveaway will be drawn in 7 days. Now if you haven't heard of the brand MoreTry, don't worry. You haven't missed out on anything. They're just a new company that's just hit the cubing scene, and these are their first releases. So essentially we have 4 models of the TianMa X3 in front of us. The base model will be around the price of approximately $15 US, with the higher tier one being approximately in the $40 to $50 US range. Starting off with the unboxing of the single magnet version, it comes in this really cool black box, very stealthy design, which is very good. And you get the cube, you also get a tutorial pamphlet for CFOP, and then just a basic 3x3 tutorial. On top of that, you get a screwdriver, which I assume is to make adjustments on the tensions. We also get a cleaning cloth, and then an alcohol wipe, which is pretty cool to see. Now I have to say, when I started doing first turns on this cube, my mind was kind of a bit blown in disbelief. The performance of this cube, and this is the cheapest one, we haven't even looked at the other ones yet, is just outstanding. It's a little bit too fast for me out of the box, however, the feel and look of it is just incredible. If I had to be critical about the color scheme, I'd like the red a little bit darker, but other than that, the shades are amazing. It's very glossy on the outside, kind of reminds me like a super gloss, kind of like the GAN UV editions, not quite as much as them, but very close, and it just gives a really great grip and feel to the external part of the cube. And then as soon as you start turning this thing, the performance is just incredible. It's very hard to pinpoint what this feels like, but the closest thing I could use to explain it is it kind of feels like a mix of a Yushin Little Magic with a WRM 2020. The performance is super crisp, super fast, very minimal catches. Yeah, this is the cheap one, so I have no idea how the other one's gonna feel like, but I'm super impressed with this one. Just a side note, this isn't that important, however, the way they've stamped the logo on the white side too is very impressive. I think it's a new kind of printing method, maybe something we haven't seen with other cube brands. It kind of feels a little bit embossed. It has a cool texture, so you know, something minor, but definitely adds to the premium feel of a puzzle. And as we take off the center cap, we can see we have a 9-step adjustment system. Again, guys, this is the cheap one. So basically all you have to do is turn it with your fingers. It's relatively easy, and there's just 9 different stops that you can turn it to. And on top of that, if you want to take it apart, it does come with this screwdriver. I really like this on number 1 though, the default. So yeah, if you want to change that, it is there. Looking inside, we can see we have a relatively standard core with primary internals. And looking at the piece design, we kind of have this really interesting webbing pattern, which kind of reminds me of the MS Cube series, or kind of similar to GAN in a way. And again, we have those visible magnets with primary internals. Yeah, pretty interesting piece designs. And last but not least, the corner cutting on this puzzle is slightly over halfway for standard. For reverse, we just get barely under line to line. Okay, just doing a quick unboxing of the second version, and it looks like all the accessories are the same. So the only thing different about the second version will be the cube. Okay, I've gone ahead and done some first turns in the second version, and admittedly for a second I thought I grabbed the original cube by mistake, but you can tell by the purple magnets this is the second version. They feel incredibly different, and at first glance I thought the entire cube was different. However, I have now found there is actually magnets in the corner pieces. So if I zoom the camera in, you can see there that there is 3 on the end of the corner. It is a little bit hard to focus, but basically I thought these might attract to a magnetic core, but they actually attract to the edge. So obviously you can't see on the camera that these, or feel rather, that these are attracting, but just there, they attract right there. So there must be some magnets inside the edge piece there. And you can tell the difference between the edge of the corner, the stalk of the corner attracting to the edge, and the difference between these 2 pieces. So there definitely is a strong magnetic attraction there. Okay, I've gone ahead and compared these 2 side by side next to each other. I've got the version 1, the cheaper one, on the right, and the second one on the left. And I have to say again, at first they did feel very similar. However, if you have them both next to each other and compare them, the first one just feels ever so slightly kind of more uncontrollable. maybe a tad bit weaker magnetic feel and maybe slightly more unstable. It's not a huge difference, but when you go over to the second one, you can feel the magnetic system does feel a bit more stable, a little bit more refined, and overall it is an improvement. Again, not night and day, but the difference is noticeable. Okay, now let's go ahead and unbox the third version. The third and the fourth do come with a different style of box. So let's go ahead and get into the unboxing for the triple magnetic system version. Right off the bat, it's pretty clear to see that MoreTry has put some definitely a little bit of extra money into the box design, and it's really awesome. The top kind of folds open like this. There is a magnet here, so it closes magnetically. This probably wins box design of the year. Very impressively done to MoreTry. As for accessories, we get the exact same for the first one and the second one with the third one. However, the box it comes in is a little bit different. But yeah, all the accessories are the exact same. Right off the bat, this does feel now a touch heavier than the other ones, but it really is minor. I'm not sure what the gram difference on paper will be, but yeah, the feeling difference is minor, but it does feel a little bit more solid. My goodness, whoever lubricated this puzzle knows how to do their job. I really hope all of them come from the factory like this, not just the samples. The lubrication on this feels incredible. So slick and buttery and smooth. Very impressive lubrication job. This version definitely straight off the back feels significantly different to the other two. The puzzle just feels more premium. I think that's probably due to the weight and the lubrication. But the magnetic structure also makes it feel different. Honestly, looking at the cubes visually, I'm having a hard time understanding what's done differently. The magnets in the edge pieces definitely feel significantly different, and the puzzle does feel more weighty. However, just looking at them eye to eye, they look exactly the same, except the color under the center cap is now gone from blue instead of purple for the second and orange for the first. I really hope I'm not missing something super obvious and you guys are shouting at the screen because you see it. But yeah, as far as I can tell, visually, these just look exactly the same. We have the version 3 on the left and the version 2 on the right. And visually, they just look the same. I've reluctantly taken the pieces apart to see. But yeah, just looking at the pieces, as far as I can tell, again, they just are exactly the same other than the magnets. Maybe the magnets are stronger and that's what gives it such a different feel. But visually, yeah, everything pretty much looks the same. I'm back, guys. I have to say, I regret ever taking these edges apart. I've been trying to get these back together for ages. Maybe it's my inexperience of taking puzzles apart. But these just feel like the most fiddly magnet system ever to get in place. I hope they have a good jig, which makes this easy because I keep dropping the magnets, they keep repelling, they keep attracting. I kept dropping them on the floor. So yeah, if you do ever get this stuck apart, the best tip I could give is on putting them back together is holding it like that. My goodness, it's done. I am never opening those up again. Alright, thank goodness that it's back together now. That was very frustrating. However, you're not really meant to take these apart, so you won't really experience that frustration. Because yeah, even if you're taking the puzzle apart to clean it or take the pieces out, the magnets won't come out like that. So wouldn't really consider that much into the review. Virtually, you know, no weighting on the quality of the puzzle or anything else. The main thing, of course, that matters is the performance. So for the third version, you can tell it does feel significantly more premium than the other two. The performance just feels like the other two, however, it feels more stable. The magnets feel better. Magnets, I'd say, slightly stronger as well. Lubrication job is amazing. It just makes this cube feel incredible. Slightly heavier, but the three do have a different feeling, you know, with each different version. I can mix them up right now. Now on screen, you guys may be able to follow this, but I have actually lost track of which one is which, and I should be able to tell them apart. Alright, I think it's 1, 2, and 3, so it should be orange, correct, purple. Okay, I just took the center caps off and it looks like I was correct. You can distinctly tell the difference between these three. These two are a little tricky. The third one does feel a little bit more different. So orange, the basic model, around $15 US. I'm not sure what these two are. I know the fourth one, which we're about to take a look at, will be on the upper end, probably around $40 to $50 US. Again, not confirmed. However, again, the third one is the most distinct so far. These two do feel close, with the second one just feeling a little bit more stable and refined. This first one just feeling a little bit more uncontrollable. But either way, in the context of not having the other two, this puzzle was incredible. So the only reason I'm being hard on the first one now is just because the context of the other two, having tried now. However, yeah, just all three of these puzzles are incredible. Right now, if I had to rank the three, I think MoreTry has done a good job of distinguishing the three so far in terms of what feels the best. I would say if you gave these three puzzles to people, they'll probably rank them similar to me. Take that probably with a grain of salt because everyone is different. However, right now, yeah, I definitely feel like this is the cheapest, that's the middle, and that's the top end so far. Again, yeah, the lubrication, just performance, magnetic feel is so good. It's very similar to the other ones, but this one just feels more premium, even though the designs are so different. It must be something they have done with the magnets on this one. And last but not least, probably the opposite of least, in fact, this is the super magnetic version. Again, looking at the accessories, we have the exact same as the other three versions. Not bad, you know, we get a decent selection here. However, it probably would have been nice to see some other things. Maybe, for example, a cube bag for the most expensive version, or the second most expensive version as well. So yeah, not a big criticism, but would have been nice to see something extra for the premium ones. Just one thing to note about the fourth one, it does feel slightly heavier than the third one. Yeah, again, they're all pretty similar. These two on the right do feel the heaviest, and the two on the left feel the lightest. So yeah, all very similar, but the fourth does feel the heaviest. All right, let's go ahead and do some first turns of the super magnetic one. Taking a quick look at the pieces, they look virtually the same as the other versions again. The only one that's distinctly different is the version 1. It does not have those magnets on the end. As far as I can tell, unless you guys are shouting at the screen with something that I'm obviously missing, they just look the same. This does admittedly feel different though, so somehow, just through their magnetic technology, I don't know if there's anything repelling in a strange way, or different strengths just kind of make it glide differently. But however they've done it, they all do feel different. You know, they feel like they have different magnetic systems. And again, under the center cap, we have the same adjustment system. However, this one is green. So again, good job by MoreTry for making them easy to tell the difference from, just by looking at something like the tensioning system under the center cap. For the difference in feeling, just for the record, I've got the super magnetic one, so the fourth version on the right, and this is the triple magnetic system on the left, which is the third version. Honestly guys, the third and fourth version are so similar. Maybe the fourth one, I'm detecting a little bit of auto alignment. That may not even be true, but it does feel like perhaps it aligns just a little bit when you get close. Yeah, maybe. As with this one. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Well, looking at the four cubes, we have the single magnetic system, the double magnetic system, the triple magnetic system, and the super magnetic system. The super honestly doesn't feel that different from the triple one. I would say it probably does feel a little bit better. I don't know if that's placebo though, and it actually feels better. A part of me wants to say it feels a little bit more stable and refined, and, you know, kind of like There's nothing hindering the inner parts of the puzzle from turning. But yeah, I don't know if that's just placebo, because I know it's more expensive. Or not necessarily more expensive, but the 4th version. They could be similar prices for the 3 and 4 and the 1 and 2. So yeah, it may just be different. Again, these are some details we're going to have to confirm at a later date. But yeah, 3 and 4 feel very, very similar. Just to try and cut out any bias I may or may not have, let's mix these 2 final versions up to see if I can tell the difference. Now, obviously, if I look at the magnet color, I will know which version is what. However, it's a little bit hard to tell just with how the lights are set up in this room. So yeah, it may look obvious for you which version is what, but I am just going to not pay attention to the magnet colors, even though I can't really see them even if I try, and just see if I can tell which one is what. Alright, I'm going to say the one on the right is the 4th version. Ever so slightly, feels a little bit more buttery on the inside. And I was correct. So perhaps there is a slight difference in the feeling. Again, they're both very similar. Both feel amazing though. If I had to pick between these 4 cubes, I would choose the 4th one. It does feel the most premium. Again, we cannot review these in the context of the price. My first impressions on all 4 of these cubes are they all feel amazing. You just saw how blown away I was when trying version 1. Leave your thoughts in the comment section, guys. Let me know what you think. Very exciting cubes from MoreTry. I give them a very high rating and definitely would recommend trying them if you are interested.